Inferno, Inferno, Crypto Inferno, 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 Crypto Inferno. Scott, Bella, Joe, let's go. We're burning up the charts, call it Crypto Inferno. Scott with the facts, Bella with the glow, Joe. Keep it thorough from the dips to the moons. We laugh through the flames. Crypto Inferno. Everybody know our names. Hey. Inferno, Inferno. Yep. Light it up, never let it go. Inferno, hey, Inferno. 3 hosts, 1 flame.
Watch Bella in the booth, pink hair, diamond grin. Turn the bear market frown into a bull market spin. I'm the vibe, the sparkle, the meme coin queen. Got the chat going wild, 10K on the screen. Shot drop the knowledge, Joe drop the jokes. I drop the fits that make the timeline go broke. We keep it light, keep it tight, keep it real, no cap. Crypto Inferno, baby, we the best in the app. Rewind, selector.
We're burning up the charts, call it Crypto Inferno. Scott with the facts, Bella with the glow, Joe. Keep it thorough from the dips to the moons. We laugh through the flames. Crypto Inferno, and everybody know our names. Hey, Inferno, Inferno. Light it up, never let it go.
Scott in the building, charts on my mind, TA in fact. I read every line, why they panic sell, I'm stacking my bags. Explaining RSI like it's tea and crumpets, no brag. Bella bring the energy, Joe bring the laughs. I bring the calm when the market does the crash. We turn red candles into green candle dreams. Crypto Inferno, best crypto team you've ever seen. Cut it up.
Cut it up. Inferno, Inferno, Inferno. Light it up, never let it go.
It's your boy Joe, the meme lord supreme. Turn a rug pull story into a comedy scene. By the dip, I buy the chips. Still made 10 next head while I'm cracking them quips. Scott say hodel, Bella say slay. I say hold my beer, watch the chart obey. We got the sauce, the spice, the flame, no bluff. Crypto Inferno, turn the whole game up.
Inferno, Crypto Inferno. We're burning up the charts, call it Crypto Inferno. Scott with the facts, Bella with the glow, Joe. Keep it thorough from the dips to the moons. We laugh through the flames. Crypto Inferno. Everybody scream our names. Inferno, Inferno. Light it up, never let it go. Inferno.
And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and kittens, welcome to the Wednesday night edition of Crypto Inferno. And what a fantastic night. What a fantastic night to do that with the all the scream right now of market manipulation. By the way, Joe, how much got wiped out? About $340 million leverage longs and shorts from that little pump this morning. People are starting to catch on to that, man. And I really don't have any words there, Bell. I'm not sure what your thoughts on that, but having it spike to 90, wipe out every damn short that's in there, get people to pile into the longs, and immediately just blow that thing up. I don't even know what Bitcoin's at right now. I think around 85-ish, somewhere around there. So, yeah, man, it's just like Wednesday. I mean, there's really even nothing special. It's just Wednesday. I swear that they're running between all the and the ETFs and all that other stuff, man, they're to say, okay, now how can we max harvest whoever's left out here? Because that seems to be the fit and feel that we're getting out, that we're getting. Anyway, my name is Scott. I'm the, you guys know who the hell I am. And joining me as always, greatest producer of all time, the one, the only, the original, the mighty Bell. How are you doing tonight, Bell?
You know what? I had a very busy but good day. Although some people around us didn't, and I'm a bit concerned. But how are you tonight, Scott?
Oh, I am simply blooming, Bell. Thank you for asking. Nobody ever asks, nobody ever asks how I'm doing. You ask how I'm doing. Nobody else ever asks. I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. There's some stuff, and we'll talk into it. But believe it or not, it might work out for us. It might work out pretty well for Siggy, so I'm okay. But Crypto Inferno would not be complete without the bitchy New York Italian guy, Joe. How are you doing tonight, Joe?
I'm doing well. I am preparing for my taxes by tax loss harvesting. Um, Mainly IBC tokens, let's say.
Yeah.
So, a couple ERC 20s, and I'm just deciding how to go about doing this. And I don't know. I don't mind the price action overall. I think I'm accumulating Bitcoin here. I'm doing a daily DCA for the foreseeable future, but yeah, I mean, all the altcoins look the same, especially those with foundations or the ones that use their own token to pay their salaries. It's just same story, different episode
Yeah,
of
and
Crypto Inferno.
yes, and it's a little bit rough. We used to have more fun things to talk about, man, but this is the same story, just over and
Yeah.
over and over. And
And it's no one's fault, right? It's nobody's fault. We don't know why this is happening. This is the market conditions.
yeah,
That's what the problem.
that's what it is, man. Of course, it's just simply the market conditions. No, I mean, come on, man. How many long have we been up here showing this, illustrating? No, you got to have organic. Yeah. We've been over this just over and over and over. But you know what, man? This is a top-down failure. Cryptocurrency in general is a top-down failure of leadership, and it almost makes me think that they were all in it together. They were all in it together, and they just said, all right, let's get as many people in here as we can. Let's just blow them right the fuck up, and then we'll dream up a new thing. We'll dream up something new.
You're giving them an awful lot of credit is what you're doing.
I know, for me to even suggest that they would have that kind of foresight to do it. Because I'll tell you what.
I think the incentives were all aligned that way. I don't think there was any coordination whatsoever going on, because they were chopping each other's heads off at one point.
Yeah, but imagine, sit for a second and think, imagine if there was that kind of coordination. This would be the greatest grift of all time, because we're not talking.
I'd feel better about it.
We're not talking Bertie Madoff level, man. We are talking trillions and trillions and trillions. And yeah, that would be the greatest grift of all time. Satoshi's going to come back up, and he's going to come up and say, I gotcha. Just give us all the finger and just giggle and laugh at it.
And he's like, that's what you get for all those wedgies we collectively had in high school and all the times we got stuffed into lockers. We got you now.
Well, I'll tell you what, you go down in history, man. But, where I'm saying that it's a failure in leadership, it's clearly a failure in leadership. And Bell's going to read a tweet. We talked about it last night. And again, the ball's on us, the three of us, to come on here and do a crypto show in these market conditions. We have 7 viewers. I'm seeing 7 people, and 3 of them are us. So that means there's 4 people who are actually sitting up here listening to us babble away. But I don't care anymore, man. You get to that point, you're just like, fuck it, I'm still going on. You know what? What else do I have to lose? And that's
put it this way. If 10% of your videos age well, you're doing a lot better than the tweets of the foundations and the devs and the leaders in the space.
Can you believe the shit that they're posting now? I mean, dude, this is just like complete and total capitulation. They're literally just unzipping their fly, exposing their little delicate underbelly, and telling the world, yeah, we didn't know what the fuck we were doing. Seemed like a good idea. And people gave us money.
We're going to learn, but we're going to learn about it.
And we're going to learn. Yeah, and I mean, they're just going to roll it up. They'll spin up other bullshit. They'll move over to where the grounds are more fertile, like base or Arbitrum or some shit like that. And then no, it's a better idea. And we learned from the last one. So this time you need to trust us and buy our governance token, because you're going to determine the fate of this ecosystem and all that other kind of bullshit.
We're going to turn it over to the community once all the value's sucked out of it.
Yeah.
And then you guys can fight over the scraps.
Yeah. And some of them did that. I think Axelar is kind of doing that. The whole Axelar team is oh, I know, man. What a nut punch on that one. Prism is actually doing the right thing, and they're just sunsetting it. They're just sunsetting the whole fucking thing. They said, yeah, no, nobody. It was a bad idea, man. Sorry about that. Sorry about your money. But we got a new thing. It
was confusing.
Yeah. And then they did follow that announcement with, we have a new thing and we're spinning it up on base. So join us over there. If you believed in us before, you can believe in us twice as much now. That's it, man. That is the crypto. That's the crypto carnival model. And where I say it's a failure in leadership, Belle, you got that tweet handy? You got that right there in front of you?
Of course I do.
Okay. Why don't you read that for Joe in case Joe hasn't heard it? So go ahead. Go ahead, Joe.
All right. So in a reply to another post yesterday, Magmar made the following post at 2:10 p.m. yesterday. I wish it wasn't true, But selling real customers with real budgets means you have to provide real value. And Cosmos doesn't have that yet. We need to learn what problems we can solve and then build those solutions. Will be a process.
Yeah. Yeah, you got the same effect I got when I read it, Joe. But I gave all of my.
I missed the last line.
Yeah.
I didn't pay the last. I didn't even scroll down to the last line. Will be a well. Let us know when the process starts, because we know when the salary started. Just give us a hint when the process will begin, so we can start following along.
That fucking salary started a year ago. It started a year
More, yeah.
and
More.
and I want to know what that is the best job in the world, dude. I responded to one of
Awesome
your
job.
tweets with
Love
that.
it.
I was like, that is the best job in the world. I don't know what are they paying him? $250,000, more than that, something like that, incentives, all kinds of.
I don't know the salaries,
but I'm sure.
But don't
it's
forget,
obscene.
They got bought out, so that it was probably a big upfront payment, I would imagine, because leading up to the acquisition of his team, which was Skip Protocol, which was, actually like a good infrastructure product and all that. A lot of money was moving from the ICF treasury to, what do we call them? Off ramps. So, and it was around the same time that Evmos got bought out. But I was told by the author of that tweet that the Evmos buyout was peanuts, which means the rest of it was Skip, which is him.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't want to speculate on the number. I will find the number out, at least ballpark it, based on treasury snapshots, which are public. Anybody can do this before I tweet about it again. But I was told by multiple sources who do look at that stuff, it's like in the tens of millions of dollars. So
yeah, so they're doing okay.
They're doing all right. Listen, not all of it's going to them. You got a lot of mouths to feed at these foundations.
Sure.
And lot of trips. Maybe when things get really good, we'll have 2 Cosmoverses a year, and we'll really learn, and it'll be a process.
Wouldn't that be awesome? And you know what? We're going to have the next Cosmos verse so that we can discuss what process we should be trying to implement. Because that seems to be where we're at right now. It took them about a year to realize that they do need a process. So maybe the next Cosmos verse, we can all get together and discuss what this process should be. And and then I'll tell you what, we'll put it up to the community for a vote, because that really matters over here. And man, I think we're on to something there. Where are you at with that?
But wait,
Bill?
we need a 4 of 7 multi-sig with validator representatives on it first in a treasury.
Then
we can vote on.
Yep, got to have all that. Where are you at with this, Belle? What do you think?
I wish I could say that we're done here. But wait, there's more.
Is there more?
Oh, yep, but there's a little bit more.
Okay.
So once upon a time in Buffalo, actually, commented on Magmar's post saying, "It's clear you guys may not be investors in the traditional sense, as I am. Many times, one huge win surpasses all the others by many magnitudes of order. Why are not all hands on deck to build a solution for Akash? It's very weird to not want to cater to a project solving a real-world problem like DAI compute, where Greg takes Akash may define our fate." In response to that 7 hours ago,
Okay.
Magmar posted, "I love Akash, and I've tried. I've reached out to Greg multiple times and tried to schedule some time. I've never actually talked to him."
That's bullshit. Because I've scheduled with Greg, and he met with me not knowing who I was like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
All right,
I don't know.
we are down to help you however we can. I'm sure there's other places we can take the stack and IBC that are beneficial to Akash. I think, you know what? I think Greg's just done with Cosmos.
I don't know. Where are you at? I got to type something here, Joe, so you go ahead and respond to that.
Sure. Sounds like it. And he's weighing lots of options. He'll be my first interview when we come back in the new year. So I've never actually done content with him. I talked to him once. That's about it. So I'm going to get all the dirt. Let's call it like in a month. So you're not going to remember. I'll just tweet about it.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to be like, I'll be learning the process from scratch because I don't really follow Akash so deeply. I just say, okay, they're doing something important. Eventually, Cosmos will support it. Eventually, the ICF, rather than worrying about Celestia, will look at Akash and the Akashas of the ecosystem. There are like two, and do something with them. But you should really, in this kind of ecosystem where it's proof of stake, every app technically could have its own validator set. You got the ICF should have picked winners and backed them rather than funding new stuff and trying to, almost like they were funding competitors to Atom with Atom, and then
Shifty Fox, man. Go ahead.
I mean, it's kind of like, think about what they've backed, like from Celestia and others. Like, why couldn't, I don't know, man, forget it. I just, there's no point. So that first tweet, Bell, that you talked about that he replied to, that was your tweet or somebody else's?
That was.
Oh, no, that was somebody else's. That was a guy named Once Upon a Time in Buffalo.
Oh, okay.
All right. So, Joe, do you have that other one, your post from today, where you pulled up what Max was talking about 90 days ago? You don't have
yeah, it's pinned. I have it pinned.
Yeah,
I have it pinned.
Go ahead. Why don't you read those? Because that's actually funny, man. That provides an awful lot of context here. Go ahead. What did he say 3 months ago?
There's a screenshot from Telegram. I'm assuming this is the Atom community chat. Guys, I don't want to be weird, but you have no idea the announcements that will be coming over the next 3 months. In my opinion, you'll all be like, LMAO, we were so dumb. Why were we panicking? That's 3 months ago. And then today it's we need to provide real value. We don't have that. We're going to learn about it, and it will be a process to learn.
It's going to be a process to learn, dude. Now, I'm going to stop you for just a second, because me and Bell were firing away at this last night, man. We both got 10 of 10 on the rants, dude. We were thundering away at this because I'm of the opinion that you should have some kind of idea what you're going to do before you take the fucking job. I know that's odd.
I was going to say, what's the job description? Like, what did it say? Like, I read crypto job boards all the time, and they all, the first 2 paragraphs is some AI generated garbage about the company. It's like, oh, we will seek to blah, 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 finance revolution, all that crap. Then it says about the position, and it gives a very vague outline of the position. Yeah. Then it says must have. These are the skills and experience you must have to apply. The nice to haves, and then it goes on and on about 10 days vacation paid, all that crap. What were the must haves, and what were the nice to haves that we clearly don't have? Like, what was that posting for?
So you're asking for the bar, man. I would say that
I'm asking for the bar.
Yeah, I would say that I would say that one of the must-haves is at least 25,000 followers on Twitter. I would say that that's probably way up there on the must-haves, and then nice to haves is verified accounts on the Twitter. That that would probably be the second one, because apparently, actually understanding business was nowhere in that job description. It could not have possibly been in that job description. If you had an epiphany a year after you took the gig, and part of yours was, before anybody will use this, we have to be able to provide value to them. If it took you a year to have that epiphany, it tells me that it wasn't asked in the interview. It just never came up. And it really makes me wonder what did come up. I'm with you on that. That's the thread right there. That's the tweeter.
We should pause all Atom sales to retail until they figure out the process. I think that would be very fair, rather than pushing a token onto retail.
Yeah.
Promising there's going to be great news, traveling from city to city, country to country. Like, I see all these pictures on the timeline for the last 3 months. It's that guy with a microphone lecturing a room full of people. Like, what was he talking about if he didn't know anything then? He didn't know. He didn't learn yet.
And the funny part is, Bell.
Wait,
it's so funny.
Wait, the room was full of people? Are you
full of chairs that were,
okay.
There were a lot of
That's
chairs.
better.
It was Joe, you know why we got to go to Cosmos first next time, dude? Ample parking. All right, there is
Oh, we
ample
get
fucking
such good
parking.
front row seat that I just bought today.
For a New York guy, I know that you could appreciate. You're not in New York. You're in Queens, right? You're a Queens guy.
I work in Queens. Yeah,
You work in Queens, but you live in Brooklyn.
no, I live in the suburbs.
The suburbs. Okay. Yeah, fuck. I really don't care, man. I was just trying to make some conversation here and you derailed that.
All right, I thought you were trying to dox me.
No, I don't give a fuck. Your face is on here, dude. With AI, I could copy that, put it into AI and say, who the fuck is this? And I will get your entire life's history, man. You got the whole doxing thing, man. Even in crypto is just absolute savage bullshit now, which would be a good application of blockchain technology, by the way, because people would pay to use that. Therefore, if they would pay to use it, we can't build that. We can't build that because next thing you know. No, but all of this it's actually been very, very illuminating for both myself and Bell because we still have cash positions. So with the folding of virtually everything out here, it turns out that if you actually have cash and not tokens,
Shooting range, shooting gallery.
It's an absolute shooting gallery, and we got a little bit of a taste of that, which is actually going to solve one hell of a big problem for us. But yeah, if you have cash to pay people, you can fix shit. And we already know our process. That's the best thing about this. Belle, do we not know our process? Do we not understand what we're trying to do here?
Oh, we do.
Yeah.
We do. And if anyone within our company tries to go too far, they get pulled back.
Yeah, we don't really tolerate that, but no, it's just interesting how that works. 2 years ago, man, all the brain children, brain trust, all the people who could do anything were just flocking over to crypto for a paycheck. You and I have discussed this at length, Bell. You and I have discussed it, Joe. You and I have discussed it, man. We've been over there, but now there ain't no money here, man. There ain't nothing left. All right, and particularly in the cosmos. And really, I don't give a shit how good your tech is. We've been well on record on this. Distribution is everything. Distribution is everything. And once the innovation is completed, which I would argue that we did with the Cosmos SDK and so forth, you need to go 10% innovation and 90% distribution. It's pretty clear that Cosmos, that was never their intent. They never even wanted to do something like that. I don't think they're capable of doing something like that. So Bell and I have been talking about this for years. Joe has been up here. We've been talking about this shit for years. And if you can't distribute, the best tech in the world will die. Netscape was better than anything Microsoft ever put out. Netscape was simply better. The Betamax was better than the VCR. I can go on and on about this stuff. But if you cannot distribute, then you will die. And you would think with all of the brain children, the smart people, the guys that can do shit that nobody else can do, that somewhere along your learning curve, you would have realized that. You would have picked up on that. It's like, we can build great shit, but if we don't have any customers, what's the point? And it just seems like Cosmos never really tuned into that. Where are you at with that, Bill?
I'm still not over the second line of Magmar's original post. Cosmos doesn't have that yet. We need to learn what problems we can solve and then build those solutions. I gave you guys a list over 2 years ago of things you guys could work on that Sigia Cloud cannot.
Yeah, but they were never going to do that because you're a girl. You see that? You like that? You like me playing that? You like me playing that sexism card, Joe? I'm very woke, Joe. I'm very woke individual.
They generally don't like the women in Cosmos.
Yeah, no. Should we go on to shit that happens at Cosmosverse? Because that's all. You know what? No, I don't want to really go that direction tonight.
No. I meant like on the teams and as the speakers in these conferences. I don't know if they're just not invited or if they're doing like real things, but yeah, you don't see too many.
Yeah, and the thing that really bums me out is that, look, I know this is a hit. All right, we already know we have we're there. All right, we already know this is a hit. We're going to be onboarding more people to crypto than anybody has. That's just it. They'll never know they're using crypto, but we're going to onboard more people than crypto has as a whole. I have no real doubt about that. It's an uphill climb. It's going to be work, but we'll get it done because we know what we're doing. But the feather in the cap was going to be when we are actually invited to Cosmoverse. That was going to be it, where they say, man, we got to get Siggy a cloud. My goodness, look what they did. Look what they're doing. Look at the money they're making. Look at what they're doing, how they're onboarding, introducing people to crypto without them being aware that they're even using crypto and all that other stuff. And Belle was going to get to take the stage. I wasn't even be up there with her. Belle, did you know that? That was always my plan. It was going to be you and a microphone all by yourself, all the spotlights, everything hitting on you. And I was going to be out there in the back vaping. I was going to be in the back of the room drinking bourbon and vaping and just watching you squirm up there a little bit. And now that's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Not because it's they're anti-woman. It's because there's no Cosmos left. Fuck, dude, everything's gone. I mean, it's just absolute dust out here. So yeah, I'm a little bit disappointed about that, man. It just didn't work out. It won't affect us at all. Won't affect Siggy, man. It doesn't matter. But we wanted to, show the new ethos of blockchain and what we should be doing. We wanted to illustrate that. But we're to the point now where nobody fucking cares. It's just gone. Nobody cares anymore, man. They're just trying to, I don't know.
But to your earlier point, there's some talent floating around out there that can actually be acquired by teams that do have the cash, the runway, and the actual product at the end of the tunnel there, huh?
Yeah, and we have all of those things. Isn't that funny how it works out, man? Isn't it just funny how
you're wrong, Scott. You're
Fuck
wrong because you're not a dev.
I don't have to be a dev, dude. You know what I am? Distribution. All right. I don't need I got devs. We got devs. We don't need devs. We need customers. Now, how many times has crypto actually asked that question? Not to buy our fucking token, but to use our damn product. We need customers. Distribution is king right now. Our innovation is we're back to 10% innovation. Everything that we need works. Are you using the app, Joe? Are you using Siggy? Yeah.
I told you I figured out my password because we made it live on the stream and I didn't write it down. I'm like, what would I have done if I was doing it? And I figured it out on the 28th try.
Belle, do you remember?
Joe!
We need to put a lock-in in there. What do you think, man? You got 3 tries and you're blanked like a ledger. There you go.
The best part was when you said, you're like, Joe, if you lose your password, there's nothing I could do. And I lost my password. But no, I got it. I'm back now. I'm back. The app updated the other day. I'm like, let me see if I can guess my password at work. And I spent maybe 2/3 of my workday doing that. And it worked. It was fun.
Yeah, it's good stuff, man. You know what? I was horsing around with the largest files I could send up. And the biggest file that I happen to have on my personal PC was 5.56 gigabytes. And it went up smooth. It was shared. It was downloaded. It was previewed. We did everything. And we did all of that inside of the browser. We did it on mobile, man. We did all that stuff. 5.56 gigabytes. And now I don't know what to do here, man. I need a bigger file. Belle, do you have something like Tales from the Crypt, like the entire series that you could zip into a single file? Do you have something like that?
Maybe.
Okay. I need you to send it to me. All of it. I mean, however many seasons there were. I can't get enough of the Crypt Keeper. So, yeah, I need them all zipped into a single file, preferably something larger than 10 gigabytes. I want a 10 gigabyte file shared over with me. Stored on Jackal, by the way. That's right. Blockchain technology is actually solving a problem here. So I'd be very much looking forward to that. Anyway, I would ask if there's any questions or concerns, but I don't think we have many, Belle. But we do want to give shout outs to anybody who's in here. Please give shout outs and then we'll carry on.
We do actually have a couple of comments and questions.
Okay.
So take heart. So Nago, Cosmos good tech, but no liquidity. Why? Because of the foundation?
Do you want to take this one, Joe, or would you like me to take this one?
I'm just going to state facts.
Okay, then do facts. You got the screen. Go for it.
Cosmos is a $1 billion market cap, roughly 10% inflation, roughly. They are printing 100 million US dollars worth of Atom tokens. And depending on the price of Atom, that's a certain amount of tokens. It just appears into circulation for doing nothing. And imagine if the US dollar had 10% annual inflation and everyone was happy about it. It's kind of what's happening. So it's roughly $100 million in tokens. It gets put into circulation. Most people are selling it. And even if it's not most people, it's more people selling than are buying that amount. The price just goes down. Everything correlated to it goes down. That's it. That's the foundation. They got about 10% of the supply. The other one's got about 10% of the supply. So you could say the foundations are somewhere between 10 and 20% of the inflation recipients, and they're paying salaries.
Okay, so
that's what it is.
let's continue this conversation based on actual numbers and actual. Shut up! We're Crypto Inferno, dude. But I'm on the stage. All right, you're at home. So I'll entertain that 100 million a year. This is simple. The inflation rate is approximately it's approximately 10%. Yeah, give or take, guys, a few million. Come on, what's a few million?
It depends on the price of Atom.
And I get you, man. Look, we're just gonna go with the numbers that we actually have that are visible on CoinGecko. Let's pretend that Atom is a $1 billion market cap. And I think that's give or take, but let's pretend that
it's close.
Yeah,
it was over $1 billion.
And inflation is approximately 10%. So you're absolutely right there. Let's just call it $90 million. All right, I'm gonna be light on this. That we're minting $90 million worth of tokens a year. I think you and I can both agree that is accurate, right?
It's pretty accurate.
Okay,
actually, I'm looking now. It is.
Yeah.
Dead on.
And that's fine, man. But in order to overcome that, Atom as a token, as a Cosmos as an ecosystem, or Atom as a token, we're just talking Atom. I'm not even going to get into the ecosystem, would have to earn $91 million a year to be profitable. Would you agree that is more or less correct?
Yeah, I mean, I would consider the protocol inflation to be the expense.
Yes.
Of running that network.
Yes.
It's infrastructure. It's like, it's like a building, or it's like, that's your brick and mortar part of the business to me.
Sure. So they would have to recover $91 million over a 12-month period to even break even plus a little bit. $91 million. Now, when you're in this job interview, Joe, how do you say, I know how to get $100 million a year into Atom without people having to buy tokens, but through actual products? That is what it would take. And again, it usually comes down to a single piece of paper. Incomes, and the other side of the paper says expenditures. And as long as income is higher than expenditures, you're going to stay in business. But as soon as income is less than expenditures, then the clock starts ticking. Now, it's been ticking on Cosmos, Atom, for fucking years. And it just seems like all we get is a different clown sitting in behind the big desk making decisions over and over and over. And I got to ask you, Joe, have you ever been kicked in the nuts? Be honest.
Yeah.
Sure. Now, are you eager to get kicked in the nuts again?
No, your instinctively know as a toddler you don't want to get kicked in the nuts.
Okay, so I'd have to ask the people who are in control here, the powers that be, the people who have the purses and the multi-sigs and all that other shit, how many times do you got to get kicked in the balls before you say, I don't want to get kicked in the balls again? I mean, how many does it take? Because I can count 3 right now from the time that I've been in Cosmos that they've been kicked in the balls and lined up to do it again. I don't want to get kicked in the nuts anymore, man. So I got to ask, what's it going to take? Because in a traditional business, and I know this is crypto, so it's not a traditional business, but the laws of economics, they apply here as much as they apply in any other business, that you have to earn more than you spend. This is business zero. We're not talking 101 or doctorate level. We're talking business zero. And a lemonade stand, a 10-year-old's lemonade stand would understand that I earn more than I paid for raw materials to stay in business. But it just seems like we don't get it over and over and over. Now, I understand I'm just beating a dead horse. I get that. And this is not really what we do here. But it seems like based on a year of current leadership and the dumbass tweet that you put, don't tweet shit like that. All right, look, this is free.
Never.
This is free fucking advice, man. I'm not even going to tell you to send me.
I knew you were going to go here.
How the fuck? What is the optics here? What are you thinking? How high were you? As somebody who's in his cups often, right now, I'm buzzed to hell and gone because I've been fasting again, Joe. And I actually do that to save myself money on booze. because when you have nothing in your stomach for about 36 hours and you start hitting the bourbon, woo, it's a freight train, babe. But even in this state, I wouldn't tweet something like that. So I got to ask.
Never.
I got to ask, the fuck are you thinking? That's the best. Oh my God, I couldn't get that tweet. I couldn't even type that, man. I don't have the visibility you do, Joe. You have a much bigger tweeter following than me. And you're a Cosmos influencer because you were way up on the list. I wasn't even mentioned. So yeah, a little jealous. Not gonna lie, little jealous there. Man, it's like, fuck man, me and Bill been out here for years.
I don't know how that works, but yeah, maybe they have you as a builder, not an influencer.
Yeah, sure. I'm sure that's it. So anyway, what do you want to add to that, bro? Go ahead, and then we'll let Belle have her say, and then we'll get back to questions.
No, I just try to think like what would be the traditional finance, traditional markets version of that tweet. But even before that, when you said crypto is not like a traditional business, it's not. It's way less expensive to launch things. There's way less overhead in crypto, which means overcoming the one main expense shouldn't be that hard. It should happen rather quickly. And then from there, if you want to blow money on projects and DAOs and grants because you have cash flow, I have no problem with that. You take some shots.
Yep. No, and I completely agree, man. Take a flyer. You got money, you're profitable, take a flyer. Fuck it.
And if you think crypto is a good business, find your favorite project, your favorite one.
Jackal.
And duplicate the white paper and then go to a bank and see if you can get a loan.
Nah, in no world would you get a loan, dude.
No. So what I believe, first of all, I'm going to say two things, reputation on the line here, right?
Okay.
Number one, I think what we talked about today with the horrendous communication, the terrible PR, just why would you tweet these things? Yep. It's on purpose. It's 100% on purpose. They don't want retail. They want their money. They don't want them. So this is definitely demoralizing during a time where maybe they have some things on the shelf that they're figuring out how to go about doing. I'm giving them a lot of credit. Okay. The other thing is you're paying your friends, right? So there's like this massive conflict of interest. Everyone knows everyone. They all go to the conferences, which, by the way, I've noticed that they choose the conference locations based on like the crypto tax laws of that jurisdiction, and also like the prostitution policy of like that jurisdiction.
I'm going to add one to that, and the gun laws.
The gun laws.
Yeah, they make sure that nobody can carry firearms anywhere that they have a crypto conference. At least the
I see.
Yeah. Because there's some rage out here. Anyway, finish your thought, man. Then Belle gets.
But no, I think it's on purpose. I really do. It's like a really crazy thought. I don't have a whole lot of evidence, just like a couple coincidences that bother me. I think it's on purpose. I think that they are using Magmar and company. Skip had a very good reputation. I think they bought their reputation somehow.
Yeah.
And their job is to do the pivot. And the pivot's going to take longer than a couple months, obviously. His job, I think, is to take the slings and the arrows from the community until there are no more community members to answer to, which is every founder's dream, is to not have anyone to answer to. And then they'll go from there, and then we'll find out what they're doing. I don't know what they're selling. They're not selling block space. They're not even selling their token anymore.
No.
They can't sell security. They gave up on that.
Yep.
You can't even sell the software because it's free to replicate. And I understand that every chain is slightly different from the next, but it's the same, it's like the same original, like, mishmash of modules that I don't know. So I think it's on purpose. And that's just my theory, or my hypothesis. It's not even a theory. And that's all I'm going to say.
All right. Where are you at here, Belle? Do you think they are intentionally doing this, or is it just a gross level of negligence that this planet has never seen before? Which one is it?
Based on the history, it's a gross level of negligence.
See, now I have a problem with that.
Sorry, Joe. You mentioned that. Oh well, yeah. This could all be coincidence. coincidences are just part of an underlying pattern that we haven't figured out yet.
See, and I'm going to take it a step further for Joe's, because that would suggest that they had any foresight whatsoever. And I don't believe that's the case. I think that they wake up every morning, they find the windiest location that they can, they unzip their pants and they start pissing. And they see where it lands, and they say, "Oh, okay, I guess we're going to do this today." I don't think they have any plan, nothing that anybody reasonable would look at them. And this is still $1 billion ecosystem, barely, or it might be a little under now. Would look at that and say, "Oh, fuck yeah, you should definitely lead this. You should absolutely lead this." Going back to my last company, our CEO at the time drove the stock all the way down to $18. He fucked up everything. And guess what we did as a governance vote, meaning the stockholders? We needed a head on a spike, and it was his. Currently, that same stock is sitting at about $180. So maybe, just entertain this for a minute, Bell. Entertain this for a minute, Joe. Maybe actually having a seasoned hand on the rudder will get the ship further down than just simply waking up in the morning and pissing in the wind. What are your thoughts on that, Belle?
Well, I happen to agree. I mean, you need someone in leadership that, knows what they're doing.
What do you think about that, Joe?
I think that it's when I say it's on purpose, the other part of this is there are no objectives here. So if there are no objectives, there is no KPI, there are no metrics. There's no way to determine if something is successful or not. So it plays into that quite well for them conveniently, and that's another coincidence. They have never declared what the purpose is of anything they're doing.
I got nothing. I can't even answer that. Actually, you know what? For what it's worth,
they can't fail. There's no definition of success, so they can't fail.
For our 5 or 6 viewers, you guys mean the world to us, by the way. You guys are why we do this. All right, the people who tune in, listen to our bullshit night after night after night. You are exactly why we do it and why we continue to do it. I could actually save this. I could save Adam. I could save the cosmos. And I know how to do it.
That.
I know how to do it. I can give you step by step by step. I'll give you. I have a 3-part plan, Joe, and I'm not going to give you the whole plan. All right, you got to give me the job before I give you the plan. I mean, come on, what am I, an idiot here? So I'll give you. I'll give you part 2 of part B. All right, I'll give you the second segment of part B. Color coding index. All right, and that's trademarked, by the way. That belongs to me. I trademarked Bell. I trademarked it, and we're going out live. No, I actually.
How much did that cost the company?
Well, no, actually, I think I could, because the realization that Bell and I came to years ago is crypto is just starting to get into that realization. And the realization is that you have to have a product. You have to have something that generates organic revenue. And what Adam does have that most of these other things don't have is an actual war chest. I can identify value. I can identify it well enough that Bell and I are building it because we see a hole that needs to be filled. We see a demand that is lacking a supply. So we went ahead and built that shit. You give me that, let's say that Adam, if they liquidated everything right this very moment, is $350 million. And I think I'm being generous. The
treasury?
Yeah. All of it. If they were
the treasury's, it's mostly Bitcoin and ETH, so it's liquid.
Yeah. And there's the case. Sure. So you give me that treasury and you let me go out there and headhunt the right products to come over to here that will actually use Adam, that could use it as security, that could use it as transaction fees. I haven't lost my vision of crypto. I haven't changed my mind. Crypto is blockchain technology is the future. I haven't changed my mind on that at all. You guys just don't know how to identify products that appeal to Web 2, and I do. So you give me access to that kind of treasury, I'll put it out, I'll write up my notes, I'll say this is going to work, this isn't going to work, and you let me determine what gets funded and what doesn't get funded, this fucking thing would be a powerhouse like no part of crypto has ever seen. We're not just another DEX. We are solving problems. We are out in the great big wide Web 2 world, and people are using crypto without even being aware that they're using crypto. That's the secret. People, yeah, and they're going to talk about this. I know people are starting to queue onto this. Bell and I were talking about this years ago, but when you're that early, you're insane. When you're slightly early, you're insightful. So we're going to drifting from our insanity mode into our insightful mode, even though we haven't changed our message in years. That's the secret. I could do it. So my 5 or 6 viewers that are watching the show right now, vote with your wallet, man. Vote with your wallet. Get up there and say, fucking fire him, replace him. Any CEO that drove down his value by this percentage is no longer CEO. This is universal across any business. Any business. Ask Rock. I used to say fact check me. Now I just say ask the AI. But I'm absolutely right. I can bring value to this like nobody else can. I believe it. Vote with your wallet. Start the petition. Let me fucking replace them and watch what I can do with it. I think it'd be amazing. If not, fuck it. I'm going to sit there and build Sigya Cloud, Sigya Talk, Sigya. Oop. I almost did it, Bell. I didn't say it. I didn't say it, Bell.
Yeah,
Don't fucking fire me. We're just going to continue to build our apps. We're going to build and support the blockchains that are supporting our products. Nobody will ever fucking know it happens, but they're going to be wildly successful. I could do it for the entire cosmos. What do you think about that, Joe? Huh?
I mean, I don't have the confidence that you have, but it seems there'll be some turnover if that ever happens, which I think is always a good thing. I think these foundations, they carry way too many employees. There's no way to know if they're actually doing any work. And of course, they're getting paid out in the token that we're expected to buy, stake, and LP.
Yeah,
so.
we got to survive. Yes, I will confirm that. There will be a lot of turnover because mine is real easy. You're going to sit down across the desk and I'm going to say, okay, what would you say you fucking
what
do?
Would you say
what would you say you do here? You could be on the other side. We'll put Bell in there. It'd be great. All 3 of us on this side of the stage. What would you say you do here? And as soon as you start to mumble, it's like, okay, we're done. We're done. Out you go. Next man up. I would literally go to the phone book and pick this guy. Let's get this guy in here. We'll explain the situation and we'll listen to his answer to it. Because I think we would do better than the way we've been going thus far. That's it. I'm ready, man. I'm ready. You want to see heads rolling? I'm the guy to slice off heads, man. I got weapons here, man. We'll take care of this shit. Anyway, Bell went way off the rail. The booze has hit me a little hard tonight, bro. You know why?
Good for you.
I didn't drink. I drank half as much as I normally do, but I'm fasting. And when you're fasting, alcohol gets very inexpensive. I don't know. If
I've been working out, limiting my food. I actually been running as punishment. And on Sunday, I've been running on a treadmill.
Who's chasing you, bro?
It's not real running.
Okay.
But I mean, like a month ago, and then I finally broke down, went to watched some football on Sunday, and man, it was good to be back.
Yeah.
I feel like I was coming off the IR.
Yeah, no, I know, man. How about them Broncos, huh? How about them Broncos? Don't say a fucking word.
Looking good. Looking good. Broncos, Patriots, possibly, you know?
Oh, how sexy will that be? Anyway, we like to talk with our audience, not at our audience. And Belle's probably got some questions or comments or concerns or observations, and she's going to go ahead and get to them.
All right, new type. Are we going to have Sigya NFTs airdrop to us? Kidding, but maybe not kidding. LMAO.
I'll
Why would you want that?
I'll take this one, Bell. No. Carry on. Carry on, Bell. Where are we going to put them, man? We'll put them on Stargaze? I don't even know what the fuck is happening with Stargaze. It doesn't matter. Go, Bell. I don't want to get into this.
Doesn't matter.
All right. Nago. Cosmos is only build dexes. Crescent, Comdex, Sif Chain. I almost, called them something else. Only Osmosis survived. Horrible foundation and no support for chains with real use cases. I'm completely out of the Cosmos.
Yeah, you go ahead and take this one, Joe.
I'll see you on the other side, my man.
That's it. That's all you got. That's all you got.
What am I? How could I? I'm not going to talk anyone out of something they already want to do. I still have 10 atoms staked. So it's
Hey, that's like, hey, you know what? $20 is a lot of money to a lot of people, dude. All right. I don't
it's
know.
not even $20.
I don't know
anymore.
what it is with you New York guys, all right? But a lot of people would love to have that $20, all right? I think you're being
You want to hear something crazy, man? I'm just gonna read
Yes.
you crazy statistics.
Okay.
So don't ask me why. I'm looking at the Kujira block explorer right now.
Why? In fuck's
They
sake.
they recently had a block with 12 transactions in it. Let's see if Cosmos has had a 12 transaction block today. I don't know if that's a lot or a little for.
Go ahead. I'm gonna
for
make
them,
this. I'm gonna make this the Joe show briefly. So you're full screen. So go ahead and take your time with the
6.
dead air.
Kujira is doing more transactions than the hub.
I will hit the
Oh
round.
my
I will hit that for you, everybody. So,
Wow.
yeah, I got nothing. I got nothing on that, man.
It's bad.
Do you want to know how many transactions, meaning files that went up and came back and were shared via Sigya? I'm not going to tell you, but it's a fuck ton more than that. Go ahead,
Good for you.
go ahead and carry on, Bill.
All right, new type again. Did you guys see Cito's insane tweet about how Atom resilient after falling under $2?
Yeah, what is it with this fucking guy, man? I understand.
I don't know. I only talked to him once. I don't know. I mean, I got nothing to say.
No, I think he responded.
It just must be great. Like things must be great on his end. Like
think about what he
Just
does, dude. All he has to do is go up there and post every now and again, and they pay him hundreds of thousands of dollars to be the talking head, to be the sycophant for fucking Cosmos. Now, I would never.
he's got the validators. He's doing all right.
He does have the
for
validators.
him.
Man. I
for
know,
him.
man. He's producing empty blocks at a faster rate than ever before, man. That's great. I noticed that completely fell out of the crypto timeline. Crypto,
Absolutely.
yeah. We have faster block times. Nobody gives a fuck, man, because it's again, man. It's ample parking. All right, it's not hard to get fast block times when there's ample parking. There's nothing going on that, so it's fun. I miss him. I really do miss him. Remember when? Oh my God, what was that shit? People that they paid him like $100 or $10,000 a month to make those shit videos, and they had him on there for like 6 or 12 months or something like that. It was one of the validator groups. I don't even remember. They were god awful. The videos were fucking terrible.
Oh, wait, you're talking about the validator content?
Yeah. But they were paying him like 10 grand,
Cosmos.
like 10 grand a month to make shit videos for Cosmos.
I don't think it was that much, but it was a lot.
No, it
like
was
4.
exactly $10,000 a month because all that shit got exposed. You think I'll go and find it for you, dude? I don't want to be that.
I think
guy.
it's just Cosmic Validator was their name.
Yeah.
could
But
be.
they were being paid $10,000 a month to make those 2 videos a month. And those, I was like,
I don't hate on people for making money. I mean,
No.
someone's going to get that money.
I
It
mean-
might as well be you.
Yeah, and I'm incredibly jealous because Belle and I make about $6 a month doing YouTube. So we're live now. We're back.
I've never got paid out. I've never got paid out on YouTube.
Yeah, you just got to monetize, dude. It'll be great, man. You get 3 or 4 viewers, man, you'll make like a nickel. All right.
No,
It's
they
worth your
won't
time.
pay out till I hit 100. Till I hit like $100. So I gotta
Well,
wait
then you'll
for
have
that
to,
100.
you'll have to do it for a while. I don't see why you're so negative all the time, man. You have the opportunity.
I'm not. No, I'm happy. I'm happy to sit and wait and not get paid.
I don't know. Does he look happy, Bill? Do you think he looks happy? Joe doesn't look
fine.
happy.
I'm fine, man. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine.
Everything is aces. You know, what would be the funniest thing? I'm going to stay full big screen here for a second, Bill. You know what would be the funniest thing? Is if Siggy Cloud decided, fuck it, we're going to launch a token.
How would you do it if you had to?
I would do it through Astrovault. I would do it on their distribution system because I do believe it was fair and accurate. And I could explain every bit of it because if you actually saw our numbers, and you have, but you haven't seen the real numbers. If you actually saw that, you would leverage everything to go ahead and get into that because you understand where dividends come from. Dividends come from a company that is operating profitably. This is universal throughout the business world. You don't pay dividends on a down year. You just don't. But crypto does it constantly. Now, imagine if you had one that had our kind of margins and you could get in on that. This is funny, but we're not going to do it. Let me stop it there. We're not going to fucking do it. All right. That's not going to happen. We don't need the headache. But imagine what would happen now. What do you think there, Belle?
Well, relief that yeah, we're not going to do it.
We're not going to do
You and I
it.
don't have to have that argument again. Yeah, I mean, launching a token would mean a lot of work. I already have enough work to do. I don't need any more.
Well, you
I
know
just
what?
I
We
don't.
could hire Joe. We could pay him $250,000 a year to manage the token. He'd probably quit his job for that. Just to manage the token. What do you say, Joe? Man, you ready? Because we'll do the job interview right now, man. All right, Joe. What would you say?
Okay.
What would you say you do here?
First of all, whenever I put out my content, I always have the moral high ground. And the reason why I always have the moral high ground is because I never issued an unregistered security and pawned it off on retail. So if I took that job, I'd have to go back and delete a whole bunch of tweets, videos, and replies. Because in the end, you could say that I'm this, I'm that, I'm fudding, I'm not the one that issued an unregistered security
Yeah.
to retail. It wasn't me. I'm not the one that continues to issue it via my code every single block, every single day. It's not me, it's you. So I would have to, figure out how many tweets I have to delete. I think I did like 50,000 tweets, so like probably like 30,000 would have to go.
Yeah. So would $250,000 get you interested?
$250,000. It's like a little more than I make as a teacher.
Yeah, it's a little more than you make as a teacher.
It would allow me to keep a lawyer on retainer.
Yeah, and you're
a
gonna
gopher maybe to delete my tweets.
Yeah, and you're gonna need that lawyer. Something tells me that's gonna come up.
Oh, I'll launch it from Manhattan, the token, and we'll compete with Wall Street. I'll have my assistant get in touch about that.
All
job,
right.
I don't think you should launch a token. Put it that way.
Well, we're not going to launch a token. It's Bella at sigiacloud.io. She'll answer all your questions. Anyway, carry on, Belle.
All right. So, new type trader. Okay, Joe, he's talking about your comment about how how the friends are the ones that get paid in the cosmos. New type, friends or cartel?
It's cartel.
I think it's the same thing.
It's cartel.
Don't know. I mean,
you fucking know. God damn it! Why will you never go on record, dude? What are you afraid of, man? They don't even. Have
I don't
money.
like giving them credit. I don't like giving them credit for like orchestrating this, like masterminds. It's like, all right, so there's like 4 validators that do a lot of stuff, but the founders are like their own cartel. I don't know. I mean, yeah, I guess I get why people say that. I don't think I use that term.
I miss
They're just a bunch of dudes that are stealing, man.
I miss Gadigan. You remember that fucking nut?
Yeah, he commented on the tweet too. He insinuated that I was the reason Cosmos failed because I have some connection with Do Kwon, which I can I pull that up, please? I forgot about that.
Sure, read that, man. What the fuck, man? It's Crypto Inferno.
I was
we can do whatever we want.
Very much restrained. Let me see if he deleted it because now I don't see it. But yeah, I haven't talked to that guy in a very long time, maybe like 2 years or more.
I miss him.
His company went down in a flaming pile of shit.
Oh,
if we all remember correctly.
It was brutal and it was public and it was that was a heroic meltdown. That's the way.
I could be wrong, but I think he deleted what he replied. But it was something like, or maybe it wasn't even on this tweet. Maybe it was on one of my Do Kwon tweets. But he basically like insinuated that somehow I'm connected to Do Kwon.
You got that kind of stroke, huh?
Because of the PFP thing.
Yeah. Well, I noticed. I noticed that you have headphone condoms. So clearly, you're a step beyond
headphone condoms.
Yeah, I'm looking at them right there, man. You got those little things over your headphones.
They're comfortable, man.
Yeah, I know. I'm sure because rich people who are connected and part of the cartel, they all have headphone condoms. I can prove it. And you know what? Maybe tomorrow I will. Anyway, go ahead, carry on.
I can prove it.
Yeah.
All right, Monero Dinero. We can save Atom by launching Cosmos Poker. Atom will be the rake. They have amazing UI. Let's put it to use.
And I've asked that question for how many years, Belle? Where is the poker game? People like to gamble, and it doesn't all have to be perp markets. People like to gamble. This seems like such low-hanging fruit. Gambling and entertainment, it seems like it's just right there. But it's never been launched. It's just never come out of the cosmos. All of these brain trusts and all these smart people, and they said, nah, man, people don't like poker. Yeah, you're right about that, man. You were right. People don't like poker. It's not on network fucking television. It's not the number one participated game in the whole goddamn planet. You're right. Why would we want to get involved in something like that? Why would we want to get involved in something that has a guaranteed revenue? It's called the rake. Why would we want to have anything to do with that when we can build a new platform for people to launch stablecoin ideas? That's the money shot right there. That is the secret. I'm not even going to let you weigh in on that, Joe. Go ahead, Belle.
All right, so Nago, Sigia talks. Well, yeah, that's actually been publicly announced as the next app we're already in beginning stages of development on.
Yes, everybody else is doing it wrong. We're doing it right. We're doing it the way it should have always been, but it's not. I have no problem competing with a superior product. Taking a superior product to market and competing. I have no issue with that, and I'm down for that fight. I don't know if you can see that I'm a little bit charged up about this, but I am very charged up about this. Privacy is on the uptick, and we're simply going to be providing the demand or the supply before the demand really gets there. Little bit early is just where we want to be with this, and we are.
I agree. I think yeah, no, I agree. Privacy is going to be the place. People are going to be forced into it at one point because we're going to have, regulatory clarity ongoing. It's not going to be good for a lot of the space.
No.
Right? Like the United States is not going to allow validators to operate anonymously, possibly verifying transactions from North Korea, right? Like that's never going to happen.
Nope.
So validators will have to register their businesses, and there's going to be tons of, let's call it radical transparency that the builders in this space don't want. People will be forced into privacy. And I'm not saying privacy tokens, privacy apps that are crypto aligned or integrated with crypto and somehow. That's my prediction.
Yep.
I'm not saying for illegal purposes. I'm not saying for illegal purposes. Not saying that. If you want to do something illegal, use a bank. It's fine. But for just general privacy, I think people will be forced into it due to the regulation that's going to be ongoing.
And the very, very second that the government makes an announcement and says that we're investigating Sigia Cloud, we just picked up 1 million users. The very second that they make that announcement,
100% right.
Everybody's flocking to it. Dude, we're playing chess, and we're playing 5D chess out here. Everybody else is fucking around playing checkers, still trying to figure it out. We already figured it out. All right, we're building something that will get visibility. And it's the very second that a senator or congressman or somebody says, boy, we're going to have to look into what these guys are doing. You just gave us 1 million consumers. 1 million consumers. So thank you very much for that. I love free advertising. I'm a huge fan. And Belle, please carry on.
That was actually the last question for the moment.
Oh, all right. Well, Joe just posted, and everybody saw it, that he's got 15 minutes left. So why don't we just...
Everyone saw it?
Yeah, dude, you don't see the screen? Is this your first time on the fucking show?
A lot going on.
Yeah, I know, man.
I got a lot going on.
Yeah, I know. You're a busy guy. All right. So what would we like to talk about? If there's no more questions or comments, then we can smorgasbord this and just have a little bit of fun. You know what I miss?
Sports.
Well, sports, of course, man. But Juno Network. I miss Juno Network. They don't even bother to tweet anymore, man. There's just absolutely nothing from that fucking flaming wreckage that at one time was worth $26 a token, and I don't even know what it's worth now, man. What about
46, I think.
Yeah, that was just absolutely insane. It's just completely blown it. It's a perfect illustration of what you can do when the tail is wagging the dog. It is just...
Damn, you just reminded me of my biggest round trip ever. Because I got airdropped like $20,000 in Neta tokens, and it crashed before I could figure out what to do with it.
You know, the amount of grief I got, and Belle can back me up on this, when I said, look, I'm clicking Juno at $26 a token. I said, Yes, man. I am out. They missed. They're gone. Prop 16, all that other bullshit when that was such a big thing. And the amount of hate I got, and I was forwarding to her my emails and all this, I'm going to fucking kill you and all this other shit that I got for that. And it's just insightful, man. That's all it was insightful, because I went and looked at it and I said, okay, what are they doing here? Nothing. They're not doing anything. They built a DEX, yay for you, and absolutely nothing else. And I said, yeah, this probably ain't going to work out long term. And it turns out that I was right. The bitch where Bella and I are, because we are very well on record here for the last couple of years and saying there is no fucking alt season. This shit isn't coming. You can't ignore the laws of economics and all that other shit. And we were right years ago. But by the time it's proven that we're right, nobody gives a shit. Nobody cares. It's just gone. So it's just kind of funny how that works out. What do you think there, Bill?
I mean, we're too early. That's what it is. We're too early.
When you're very early, you're insane. When you're slightly early, you're insightful. But you know what? For what it's worth, we're right. We're right on this right here. And if you guys haven't used it, SygiaCloud.io, hit the blue button in the upper right, create an account, upload data, and you are utilizing blockchain in a way that nobody's ever utilized it before. We're not wrong, and we're not early in this case. We are right on time. So a lot of things aligned for us. We did the blood, we did the sweat, we did the tears, we did the sleepless nights and the irritable bowel syndrome, which she probably still has. I've gotten over it by fasting. I noticed that if you fast and you go 72, 96 hours, you don't have IBS because there ain't nothing there. But we've been through all that shit, so I think we're in good shape because we're right on the cusp of it. We will never. The best decision that we made, the best decision that Belle and I made, was when we said we're not going to pitch to Web3 much because we don't believe Web3 is going to support anything that doesn't have a token. And it seems like we're kind of right again, because even the community members, that is a joke between us, by the way. When you're wiped out 99%, you're not an investor anymore. You're a community member. Even the community members have stopped supporting their own communities. It's dust. It is gone. It is a wreckage, a wasteland. It's all of those other things. And so we made the good decision 6 months ago when we said we're not even going to bother with it. We're going to go straight out to Web 2. We're going to go to fertile fields and hawk our privacy solution. It's not a crypto app. We are a privacy solution. And we made good decisions. Even way back then, we made a really, really good decision. I feel very comfortable with it, Belle, that we made the thing. I feel kind of validated, bummed out at the same time because we still have a crypto show and nobody tunes in. But that could be as much me as it is anything else. But yeah, I feel like we're just so properly positioned right now because we have a functional app, we are utilizing blockchain, and we have a cash reserve. So we are literally the unicorn out here in the cosmos right now in the fact that we have all three of these things that aligned right now. We never going to get any support out of Web3, but we are a solution that utilizes blockchain. That's it, Belle. You guys want to talk about that? We can talk about that until Joe's got to bail out.
Yeah, I can't think of anything I'd like to add to that statement. I mean, Joe?
No, I mean, that should have always been the goal from the beginning. You want gambling? Fine. I'm a big proponent of gambling. Great.
Huge fan. Yep.
But on the other side is the last cycle, I would say the last cycle and a half. The theme has been tokens. Look at all the chase the tokens, launch the tokens, fight over the tokens. Who cares? Who cares? Right? It's just, that's not the product. Well, it was the product, but that shouldn't be the product of blockchain. Blockchain is a distributed ledger, has the potential to be ultra secure, ultra resilient, can contain lots of data, transactions, keeps track of things. It's basically an accounting infrastructure. Why do people have to know how it works? I don't understand that ever. Build something, make it look like something that they normally would use, and then at the bottom it'll say powered by such and such blockchain, and Some people won't even notice, and that's it. People shouldn't know that they're staking, that they're swapping tokens, that they're putting up collateral. Like people don't need to know that. Just have that happening behind the scenes and create a normal thing in front of them. And that's that. That's what Siggy is.
Yep, and that's for what it's worth, man. The place where it gets really, really interesting with blockchain. Let me check the time. I know you got to bail, man. I got a few minutes here.
Soon.
The thing that gets really, really interesting with blockchain is the opportunity that blockchain provides. Obviously, Sigia Cloud is going to operate profitably. All right, we are going to earn more than we spend. Period. That should be the goal of any business. But where it gets really, really interesting here, particularly with the blockchain storage solution that we're going with, which is called Jackal, is believe it or not, this is gonna curl your hair, man. But this is something that really just occurred to me: is staking rewards. Now, as long as Sigia Cloud has $1 more at the end of the year than we did at the beginning of the year, then I would argue that we have been operating profitably. It might have been break even, but we've been operating profitably. So what I was thinking up here, because we have to pay Jackal tokens for the storage, we have to pay for our storage layer with Jackal tokens. But how interesting would it be if we actually took our profit margin, converted those to Jackal tokens, and staked them so that we could earn more Jackal tokens that we could use to pay for the storage? And it's one of those things. Now, I haven't ran these numbers because honestly, it really just occurred to me that we could actually operate profitably, and not even profitably, man, beyond profitably. Because imagine if we were hosting people's data, but we were paying $0 for the hosting feature. Our profit margin goes from ludicrous to whatever is above that. Whatever is above ludicrous, because that's kind of where we would be. And it's things like blockchain that offers up those opportunities, because we could do this in a traditional manner, take the cash or put it in a bank, earn 6%, and use the revenue from the interest payments to go ahead and pay for storage. We could do that. But what if we did that in a blockchain world where we were effectively the only thing driving real value to this thing? I can read a white paper. I'm very friendly with the guy who wrote this particular white paper, and I understand what demand will do to that particular token. So $1 tomorrow is still going to be worth $1 minus a little bit, because inflation is a reality. But what if the underlying asset that we were holding was appreciative as opposed to depreciative? How would that change everything up to the point?
It changes everything. Because the APRs now actually mean something. Right? Like you could promise an APR, but if the token's going down by 10 times the APR, who cares?
It doesn't matter.
But it doesn't matter at all.
Yeah, but what if the token was going up?
Then you don't need to offer these outrageous APRs, because a single digit APR is adequate when the token price is going up. It's like it becomes almost like a stock where there's like, actual assets on the books and intellectual property and all this stuff. So the token becomes more like an equity position. And I think that's what people thought tokens were all along, until I started saying that they're not like stocks, and everyone got mad.
Yeah. But what if they kind of were? And what I'm saying is that we are actually in a position to kind of make this happen. And how would that change the game for everybody? Because as soon as you know how crypto is, you know how this space is, as soon as you find something that works, it gets mimicked. It gets just ported, because there's no original real ideas or real thoughts out here. But as soon as you find something that fiscally works, and you got the math to back it up, and you got the dollars to back it up, and you actually see that this is a very, very lucrative model, all of a sudden it gets knocked off. This could be something that literally changes the way crypto is viewed, changes the entire perception of it, where people are now scrambling, identifying problems, providing solutions using blockchain technology as said solution, and have the math and the customer base to back up something like that. That would change everything. What I'm explaining to you, dude, is how the internet went from chat rooms or BBSs to what you have now, because suddenly you realize, fuck, this is an avenue to get customers. And that's what blockchain should be, is an avenue to get customers, to get people who don't know what the fuck they're doing on here, and you're solving a problem for them and they give you money for it. This shit is simple. The idea, or at least the premise, is incredibly simple. This really just occurred to me, Bell. I'm not saying that we're going to do it. I'm just saying that the potential for us to do it is there. I have to do the math and game, war game it and all that other stuff and figure out if that's something that we really want to do or not. But I'm just saying that the potential is there. And if we can do it, this little team from Des Moines, Iowa, if we could sort this out and say, fuck yeah, man, that works a treat. How long would it take for other people to pick up on this, for other teams to pick up on this and say, fuck, man, all we got to do is solve a problem. All we have to do is present something that is Web2 palatable, and then they're going to come on over. And all of a sudden there's organic revenue coming in, not people buying tokens, which can be sold as quick as they're bought, but people who are paying for a service, software as a service. That's blockchain, is software as a service. And it just seems like we continue to try to avoid that as much as we can. I think personally, people are just afraid of the metrics, because as soon as you launch, as soon as you go live, you have to prove that you are marketable. I think that's it, man. Maybe that's it. I don't know. What do you think?
I think it goes back to what I said before. If you never define your goal, you have no way to be scrutinized for being successful or being a failure, because there's no clear-cut objective. There can be no, measurable progress. There can be no KPIs. So just everybody, just travel to conferences and go on Zoom, have a Calendly, and that's that. That's what
bitter,
it's been.
Dude. You are so bitter. I think I just explained an excellent possibility to you, and you're just like, fuck it, conferences.
No, I'm saying that's what's been done so far.
Yeah.
Right. Because there's no product. The product everyone should be rallying around the product, right? You can't market if you don't have a product.
Correct.
So that's another reason why the marketing is generally done by the founders, right? So the founder-led marketing, whatever. I mean, it's entertaining when the token's going up, it's hilarious. But when the token's going down, it's not. So yeah, I mean, you have a product, and the goal is to get the product into the hands of as many people as possible.
Yep.
Constantly doing research and data to figure out what people are willing to pay for it, so you could kind of set your prices, and then maybe you'll get some real partnerships by doing that. That seems to be logical, And then you have like two products working together, and they have double the amount of customers. It's just an amazing thing when you have a product.
Yeah, or you have many products that we all know that we can already find PMF for. So yeah, it makes it real interesting. Mm-hmm. Anyway, dude, go ahead. You're already big screen. I'm sitting here playing with my Lucerne hammer. That's not a sexual thing, dude. It's literally this being a Lucerne hammer. It's been laying there on the weapon rack this entire time, and I haven't really sit here and horsed around with it. But I know you got to go, man. Why don't you go ahead and take 30 seconds, man? You can pitch your show, pitch the Joe show, and
sure.
Then we'll let Bell wrap it up.
Totally, I wouldn't say totally pivoting, but leaning into more of like the research and the comparative analysis of tokens protocols. Basically, the goal is to cut a lot of work out of people's life, so they could measure and weigh out what they think is good, what they think is not. So that'll be my focus. I'm going to go back to interviews, see how that goes. Greg from Akash is supposed to be available right after the Christmas break. I'm testing out new software, and I'm going to do more traditional markets, because I've been kind of occupied over there, and it's pretty interesting. And there's a lot of synergy between AI and mining and these digital asset treasuries. There's a lot of, TradFi crypto going on over there that I think I could add to my channel. So that's that. I'll probably go back on a stream, but I prefer to do this, to be honest. I don't like my solo streams. That's it. That's my pitch. If you're bored, you could come on and watch some of my videos. I'll keep them nice and short and full of information with references and receipts in the description.
And I wish you nothing but luck, bro. Me and you have been out here grinding for a long time. Me, you, and Bruce. Anyway, Belle's going to go ahead and talk us up, take us out. Belle, do your thing. You know your job.
All right. Again, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who joined us this evening, we cannot say thank you guys enough. We do appreciate each and every one of you guys and the comments and questions you send our way. Now, with that being said, we are going to be back on tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. In between now and then, if you guys have any other comments, questions, or concerns, definitely don't hesitate to reach out to either Scott or myself, Scott at thepodcast.com or Bella at thepodcast.com, and we'll get those answered for you. Again, we can't thank you enough, guys, and we'll see you tomorrow.
I feel like you cleaned it up